Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be covering relationship advice. And we're going to do like 3 or 4 posts because I'm recording this right before class. My wife, 30 female, and I, 40 male, are in a really rough place right now. Been married for 5 years, together for 7, and have 2 kiddos, 5 and 3. I love her, and she's an amazing woman. Lingering in the background, we have a dead bedroom, which has been extremely challenging for me. I've done everything she suggested, but she has not made any efforts on her end. I'm the higher libido one. The lack of intimacy has affected the quality of our relationship. My mom, 77 female, has terminal colon cancer. She's on her final 2 to 3 days. To say it's been tough to watch is a massive understatement. With COVID, my wife and our family have taken social distancing, isolation, and mask wearing very seriously. We don't go anywhere. We don't see anyone. It's been tough not being able to go see my folks much the past few months as we've known my mom's condition has been worsening. I wanted to bring my kids over to see their grandma for her last time. Wife was clear that she didn't want there to be a lot of people over there as we could potentially expose our family to the virus. I told my dad this, and he mentioned a time during the afternoon that he didn't think many people would be there, so that is when we headed over. When we got there was maybe 5 to 7 other folks there. I offered to turn around and go back home, but she declined and we went inside. Everyone inside, except one person, was masked up. We were all socially distant as well. In my mom's bedroom, there was quite a bit of space, so we could all maintain 6 feet distance apart. It was a beautiful day with some touching moments of bonding between my mom and my kids. I felt at peace with her impending death because she got to see our youngest grandkids one last time. I was emotional, which leads me to the event. When we were leaving, my wife starts in asking why didn't I do a better job making sure there weren't going to be people over. I said I was sorry and that I did my best. Though that she agreed I did do my best and that it's a tough situation, she kept going at me, unrelentingly. She states that I don't respect her or her wishes or needs. That is when I got triggered. I felt it was egocentric of her because she wasn't mentioning anything about the potential risk of our kids. She was solely focused on how it made her feel that I didn't do more to ensure that people weren't going to be over. Yes, I thought about our dead bedroom of 3 years and how she hasn't made any effort to work on things that are needs of mine. In that moment, I didn't want this to all be about her. I'd be happy to address her concerns, but it needed a little space coming from that emotional meeting with my mom. At the least, I would have appreciated her showing more tact and not going so hard at me. I called her a narcissist, and she told me I need therapy. Fun times for all. I barely slept or eaten anything in days. I asked her if she still loves me. No answer. I'm losing my mom and maybe my wife. So, is it reasonable that I'd be pissed here? How can we fix this? Or can we fix it? I feel really bad for OP here because communication is key, but there's certain things you can't fix with communication. And I think one of those might be the dead bedroom, which is leading to a lot of resentment on both their parts. She might feel pressured to have sex or do things with him because he needs it, not needs it, but he has a higher need for it than her. While he might feel ignored because she's not trying to talk to him about it or anything. While I agree it was very insensitive for her to bring up the discussion right after this visit with his mom, a lot of part about communication is timing, and she got the timing absolutely wrong. There is no doubt on that. She's wrong in this situation. But I think this might be a thing where they need space because I don't know if it's fixable. I don't know. I can't see their relationship. From what I see in the post, I think they might need some time away. I have a roommate and friend named Daniel, who recently came out as gay. He was seeing his boyfriend secretly until he told us individually. I was the first person to know. I felt like I supported him throughout the process. When he asked if it made me view him differently, I told him of course not and that he was still my friend no matter what. I supported him when he came out to his family. I'm not super used to this as I don't have many friends who are gay, so I tried my best to learn what to say and how to support him the best. Eventually he told everyone, and that was that. Sometimes in our group chats with our friends, Daniel would make jokes about me being gay. I didn't make anything of it, and I only retaliated that I was indeed a straight male. Now he is telling people that I am a homophobe or a closeted gay person. Sometimes when I hear him say that in person, it sounds a little like he's joking, but he still has said it. He will also text it in group chats. I don't really know if I offended him in some way, and if so, I wouldn't know how since I've felt that I've supported him through the whole process. I've gone to dinner with him and his boyfriend, hung out with them repeatedly, and had nothing but great times. I don't really know what to do. I don't understand in any way how I could be more supportive of Daniel, so I don't get how I could have offended him. If it's a joke, I think it's extremely shitty and will make people view me as a terrible person. There's a possibility that it is a joke. I know a couple people who take jokes too far, and they're the only ones who think it's funny. But what you need right now is an honest talk with Daniel. Say, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. I'm not homophobic, and I'm not closeted or gay. I want to tell you I support you. I support all people who are gay, but I myself am straight. If Daniel is offended by that, then he's offended by your sexuality as well, which is still bad. And you shouldn't be offended if people are straight, gay, bi, whatever. You should be supportive for all of it. Time for the next post. Was it too much of me, 28 female, to ask my boyfriend, 29 male, to be nicer to me? So I recently ended a relationship with a guy who I legit thought was going to be my life partner. He came so close to being the one, from being super caring, taking care of me when I was sick, driving down to see me several times a week to hang out, etc., to just feeling, for most of the time, comfortable enough to be around several days a week. My previous relationships were extremely toxic, so this is the first time a partner actually wanted to be around me for more than once every 2 weeks. Because despite how caring he was also borderline verbally abusive. He made it clear earlier on that he didn't give any power to words because it's the intent that matters, not the words spoken. And I could tell that when he was teasing me, he was just joking around. But in 1 week alone, he jokingly criticized me every day I saw him, making fun of me for anything from my nails to how I shed. He also made fun of me for how I am during sex in the past, and also made fun of how dramatic or stupid I was when I minorly got hurt due to my own mistakes. I'm just gonna comment on the shedding part. All girls shed, I'm gonna be honest here. Our hair, it just falls out. It just does. It gets everywhere. We girls don't like it either, just so you know. In my previous relationships, I had a tendency to pretend something didn't bother me until it piled up enough for me to explode. I come from an abusive household where I was essentially taught to ignore my feelings. So after working on myself a lot, I try to communicate more with this partner because I really wanted our relationship to last. At first he was really receptive to me telling him about what bothered me, saying he was glad I brought it up without just stonewalling him like some of his exes did. But then as time went on, he would start making fun of me for bringing up something that was bothering me, saying I was too sensitive or being a baby or a communist in one specific case. And finally when we broke up, he straight up told me we weren't a good fit because his humor isn't for everyone. While I totally agree with him on us sadly not being a good fit in the end, now I'm questioning myself and whether or not I was being too sensitive. Again, I come from an abusive background and thus have a very low tolerance for teasing. He knew this. And he wasn't serious about his comments. They would often be delivered with a smile or a laugh or sometimes go, kidding, and hug me after. I've asked my friends and family, ironically the very parents who abused me as a kid in the first place, adulthood is wild. The unanimous consensus was that he was an asshole, and while I do trust their judgment, I can't help but think maybe they're just saying this because they don't know how good he was to me, and I wished things worked out. Okay, no, I understand you feel comfortable with them physically, like them being there and like they want to be there for you. That's very flattering. You're happy about that. Understandable. But when they upset you like that and try to push you off, calling you names instead, saying you're sensitive, you're a baby, you're a communist in some case, don't know where that would come up. Very curious about that one, to be honest. Then you aren't a right fit. They aren't being supportive. They're being cruel. They are. And I know it's hard to view it from your point of view because you want it to work out, so you blame everything on you. But in this case, you weren't in the wrong, and this was them. And you should be happy things didn't work out because now you're out of that relationship and you can look for a healthy one. Okay, for our last post today, my girlfriend won't stop posting hate online. My 24 male and my girlfriend, 24 female, is generally a cool person. We've been together for 18 months and haven't had any problems. She has an active online life and does all kinds of things, including posting political stuff. Now, I don't care about this all that much. She can do whatever. She's an independent person and it's her own life. But last week I saw a Twitter thread from her calling for killing all men and hinting that all men are somehow rapists. And some more disturbing things, including saying men are biologically predisposed to do violent things that I'm not going to mention here. I did a quick advanced search through her profile. I realize now that this violates privacy, but still, and saw a lot of similar tweets saying men are trash, etc., dating back months and years. I asked her what all this was about, and she tried to excuse all this, saying it's not actually hate speech because it's against men, and then accused me of being part of the problem because I criticized her. I just requested her to put a stop on this, and she said, "Fuck you." I dropped this topic after that message, but reported her tweets. Day before yesterday, I saw an Instagram story thread repeating the same charade about men being accountable, and a final story labeled Message to Toxic Men and Sympathizers, which once again sported the same exact excuses she said before, and was clearly directed at me. I replied with one word. Seriously? I got a reply calling me, among various explanatives, a toxic idiot who doesn't understand shit, and who probably defends rapists. She also said I have an inherent bias against women because of my gender, and is clouding my judgment. It's my temper here, but I do not like accusations of character, but I straight up told her she's being really difficult and we cannot continue if she keeps up like this. She left me on scene, and now I have messages from her friends saying I overreacted and I should apologize because she didn't do anything wrong. Now, when I read this post, the first thing that popped in my mind was hypocrisy, because how can you say he is a bias against women because of his gender when you have a bias against men because of your gender? Hypocrisy. Now, I don't know if you all can tell, but I am currently a woman, okay? So I think I have a little light on the situation from the woman's side. She's wrong. She's clearly in the wrong. Equal does not mean that men are trash. Yeah, some men are trash. Some women are trash. People are just trash in general. Let's be straightforward here. Everyone has trash people, no matter where you come from. There's always gonna be a rotten apple from the tree. But to say all men are trash, and then get mad when someone says, hey, that isn't true, is just dumb. You are wrong. I don't care. You are wrong. You can't be toxic like that, okay? Women, for those that think all men are trash, come on, knock it off. You know that's not what we're here to accomplish. We're here to be equals, okay? We're not here to trash the other gender. We're here to be equals. So let's all just relax and be equals then. Got it? Got it. Okay, my class starts in 2 minutes, so I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.